Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's recap. Let's talk about what happened today and what I see moving forward. It's about 2 o'clock here Central, so we got about an hour left in the markets, but I am going to start talking here a little bit about what I see. Let's quickly go through these stock index futures because I do see kind of a odd little pattern here. Very, very, very low volume today. Here's the S&P. We see the S&P kind of just grinding its way to the upside here on a 15-minute chart. Very, very, very slow grind to the upside. Let's go ahead and go through some of the other indexes here and just take an overall look at what's going on here in the market. This here would be the NASDAQ. Looks kind of similar to the S&P, but still getting that little grind to the upside. A few more pullbacks, but still that grind to the upside. Here's the Dow. Same kind of grind to the upside with a nice little run there to the upside. But then you have the Russell. Now here's what kind of goes into question here. The Russell's been doing a really nice job leading these other indexes, so I am thrown off a little bit, being that we had such a high push here in the market today, but really with no volume. And the Russell has kind of stayed down. You see the Russell, how it stayed. This green line here that you see is the previous day's high. And the Russell peaked its head early, but then has not continued pushing higher. So that put up a little bit of a red flag for me today. And actually, I have been looking at shorting opportunities all afternoon. This little push to the downside, just continuing to look at shorting opportunities. So as we go back to these S&Ps, you see how they're holding well above the previous day's highs. That's way down here. You see that green line here? So we popped up above the previous day's high. We pushed higher here in the S&P, but the Russell did not. Since we pushed up on such low volume, I actually am waiting for an afternoon fade. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I am looking for a possible drop over the next hour and then into the close. If that is what happens, I will look for further drop tomorrow on the stock index futures. If we go over here to the NYSE tick, this is simply just the NYSE tick. You see we have had a recent little drop here. And actually the low tick of the day here, as you can see here, just recently. So we may be just now on the cusp of that rollover that I am looking for here, just before 2 o'clock here, going into the last hour of the day. So bottom line is, moving forward here in the stock index futures, I'm going to watch. Since we had such low volume today, I'm going to watch into the close here. If we get a rally somehow with the Russell, now the Russell is going to be the key here. If we get a rally on the Russell here into the close, I could see further follow through to the upside tomorrow. So I'll watch them previous day's highs and look to see if we can get that push back to the upside. If we get a fall off here, meaning that the market starts to fade and starts to drop here into the close, that's going to be a very good sign for me moving forward into tomorrow, saying that, hey, there could be further selling into tomorrow's price action. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on. Let's quickly go over here to the crude. Let me pull up the 15-minute chart of crude. As you see here on crude, we dropped down early. Right out of the gate this morning, we dropped down. We tested the previous day's lows, being that we are in a little bit of a drop here on crude. Crude's been dropping, chopping sideways. Dropping, chopping sideways. Sure enough, we're in that little bit of chop here. So that's going to be a factor here as well. If we can get a little bit of a pop here, I can see continuation of a little bit of a sideways movement here on the crude. If we can sell into the close, I will look for continuation or continued selling going into tomorrow. But the big key for me today is the low volume here on the stock index futures and just watching them into the close. If we can get a little bit of a drop here into the close, which we kind of got the early drop here on the NYSE over the last, let's say, hour here, actually mainly over the last few minutes here, last 15-20 minutes, this initial drop that we see here, it's very, very interesting, and I'm curious if it can continue into the close, or are we going to get some rally into the close? It just it's something I'm going to pay attention to since we had such low volume today. So that's it for me today, guys. Watch how the markets, especially the stock index futures, watch how they close into the last hour of the trading here, and see if that can help us moving into tomorrow's intraday trading. So hope that helps, guys. If you have any questions, you're always free to email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thank you for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.